Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Rice Owls, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Owls, long way. They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Rice Owls, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Mustangs have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming in the opening of the season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Rice's offense will get the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
right down the middle. He's got it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? To the air, it's Jenkins. Gets it out fast. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. He'll keep it himself. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. The Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll run it from the gun. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Takes the handoff, and he's going right. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. So SMU's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away.
Oh, he's got some space. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Last season, Kevin Jennings took over as the SMU quarterback, and they went 11-1 before stumbling in the ACC championship game and in the college football playoff. What does he need to focus on in terms of improvement?
Just avoiding the turnovers, Reese. If Kevin Jennings does that, and this offense is virtually unstoppable because of his ability to extend plays and create, his accuracy throwing vertically down the field. SMU has everything they need. Rhett Lashley is going to have a lot of fun calling plays. If this guy takes that next step, watch out. This is a team vying for the college football playoff.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Gets rid of it. Grab near the sticks. It's Maryland. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. For just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Bring in the heat. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. The short hands, it's Hudson. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Keep it on the ground. Turning it on. Got the first down. Looking for more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Owls, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. From the gun, the ground game. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. Maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, you would just rough the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Give to the running back.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Here's the pressure. He'll pull it down and run. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Mustangs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught near the sticks. It's Hudson. There he goes. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, SMU. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 10 over Oklahoma. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll go to the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Showing off the arm. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. The Mustangs will line it up on 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option to give. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Mustangs can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the air, it's Jennings. Got his man quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mustangs.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Grabs it in the middle. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. 1st down here for the offense. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Basically everything they've tried has worked, scoring a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on their first 3 possessions. He now has 53 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. The Mustangs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Quarterback strolling away from heat. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to pass, it's Jennings. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Mustangs are on the move. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, SMU! And they take it in for 6 more points. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, Dave.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Caught over the middle. It's Cooper. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On the run, still looking. On the run, fires downfield. Connection to the right. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this 1st half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Bust through behind his pad. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And, man, that's impressive because I feel like this QB, he knew it, Reese. Like, he knew exactly where he needed to get to. He drops back. He wants to pass the football, but he's like, I got plenty of space to get the first down with a little extra, makes that decision and gets the first down.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick, and I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. Right on the money. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Let's see what the offense dials up on third and goal.
Here we go.
Let's it fly. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking for a man, it's Jenkins. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Trying to burn this defensive back. Pulls it in on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Use the play fake, now to throw. Rushes on him. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. And now on second down for this offense. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
That's caught. It's Brenson. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Pocket breaking down. Grab near the marker, it's Cooper. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals.
Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. Coming out with it, it's Johnson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they tried. Breaks into the open. Now they've got even more breathing room out for the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
To the air on 2nd down. They get to him as he throws. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. The Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. The give from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. A strike downfield. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. And the Mustangs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Using his feet to buy time.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Fitted in the window for the score. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. This is a designed run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Let's see what he can do with it. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Dropping back, it's Jennings. He might have gotten way too greedy there, held it too long, and couldn't throw it away to avoid the loss. The Mustangs send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play. Using his legs, it's Jackson. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. They run the reverse. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Got him downfield. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got enough for the 1st. He now has 91 yards rushing, and this offense wanted to establish the ground game, and man, have they started the season right in that regard. They'll ride the hot hand. Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Rides the back and leaves it. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the foot.
Touchdown, SMU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. The corners are walked up tight. He's got an open man. Turning it on. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Here's the heat. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And I I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Fires complete on the crosser. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. On the run, it's Jackson. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. Can't hang on, he muffs it. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. He'll do it himself. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Owls.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game one. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Running back searching for a hole. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. On first down, here comes this offense. Runs through a tackle. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking for a man. It's Jennings. Grab near the marker. It's Hudson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. He's up to 81 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And the Mustangs will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Touchdown, Mustangs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Miami had a dominant win, the kind the folks in South Florida were used to in 2001 when Ken Dorsey, Clinton Portis, and Jeremy Shockey led the Canes to a national title. Talk about a special team. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. The give to the left side. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. Fires one high and deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give them a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading.
He's going to let it go. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Under fire. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Takes it on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. It's Jennings. Going for the big play. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. And he's shown the ability.
He uncorks one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it. Trailing late, they've got it. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's Walker. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Was looking for more running room and found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Gets it past the marker. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Running through contact. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Trying to pick it up on the ground. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone of the 18. The Mustangs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and goal. Back to pass, it's Jennings. Looking for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going to the running game. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He leaves it with his back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Wants to return it. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. He's going for the big play. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went.
We've got a rivalry game on deck, and these two fan bases have been going at it early from the tailgate to the end zones, and you got to think this will be a little contentious. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the North Texas Mean Green, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Mustangs will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Mean Green offense will take the field, and they'll get this thing underway. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you've got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. North Texas will have to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from the 50. Wide open, it's a foot race. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. SMU's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy...
Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, SMU!
I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Powers through the defender. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. North Texas in the hurry up.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Gives it on the option. Shakes off the defender. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be 4th down. North Texas will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and take it back. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Past the first down marker and still running. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And the Mustangs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Offense just not able to get it clicking down here in the red zone. That's 3 straight incompletions, trying to fit the football into tight windows, but the timing not there, and now it sets up 4th down.
And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And that lead grows even bigger. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
North Texas in the hurry up. A jet sweep pass. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Wide open downfield. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. North Texas really has it going on offense.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Yeah, and you wonder if that was the right read by the quarterback on that RPO. Maybe he should have just handed that off because there was nobody open downfield to throw to.
They just keep firing. Got it in the middle. It's Coleman. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hawkins. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one. North Texas will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Got enough for the 1st. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Running into the open space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Scanning the field, it's Jennings. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Mustangs will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Stop him after a minimal pickup. So now it's 2nd and long.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Coleman. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Runs through the tackle. There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. North Texas in the hurry-up.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. North Texas comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Dumps it to the back. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Coleman. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They got him at the 42, but he got 5 yards on the play.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. North Texas will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. They go to the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The Mustangs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He'll throw it. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
When the quarterback leaves the pocket, I have to know that. You could tell the defense did. They did a great job skewing towards him, moving towards where he's scrambling. Now I can be in the...
Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Across the 35. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
And this offense, they don't want a field goal. You can tell they want a touchdown. They want points. 4th down, going for it. And how about the QB, man? How about the poise? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there I don't feel comfortable with. But he absolutely pulls the trigger, makes the decision, tucks it, and gets the big 4th down conversion.
So 1st down here as they go back to work. The handoff to Johnson. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the 1st half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Iowa State is putting on a show offensively, only there's been no real story arc. It's been all Cyclones all day with almost no let-up. They're up by 21 over West Virginia. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. North Texas in the hurry up. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man downfield. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. North Texas has it going to work with another 1st down. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Lost to throw again. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Mean Green will have to reach into that playbook here on third and long. Now the play fake. Bringing the heat. Quickly complete. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Oh, and fortunate to get that one back, and as an added bonus, they get the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Touchdown, Mean Green. The offense cashing it in on that drive. PAT unit on the field. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got it out. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. What a return that one was. 95 yards. He took it back for 6. He'll bring it out. It's Evans. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. North Texas will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Keeps it and gets past the chains. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Jennings. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
Look out, he's got room. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick him up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Dances away. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw on third and goal. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit.
Number 41 on the field goal.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Gonna run it. It's Hawkins. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. North Texas lining up, facing third and long. Trying play action. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. North Texas will have to punt it away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
To throw, it's Jennings. Fires to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Brinson. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Slings it downfield. He's open on the right. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Looking downfield on first down. Here's the pressure. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. North Texas to the line with 1.5 miles to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab, it's Young.
Nice job by the defense there on third and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up fourth.
And the returner goes down. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too...
Catch inside the 30 and still running. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Mustangs looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it on the run. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Trying to find the end zone. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, SMU.
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UMass has had almost no answers today, and when they have had them, that other sideline has changed the questions. A puzzling performance in Amherst. They're trailing by 24 to Temple. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Catch in the middle, it's Hawkins. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Breaks into the open. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Brings up second down.
Gonna swing it on second down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Looking to the big tight end. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air, it's Jennings. Moving out of the pocket. Throwing on the run. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
And the Mustangs decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the... Turning it on! Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw on 1st down. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Young. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Wants to go up top. Wide out trying to get it in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Grab behind the line. It's Young. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, North Texas.
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally scored. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
North Texas, 14.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Now he's going to break the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He might want another play. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Knight. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man, it's Hudson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this 2nd half.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the 2nd half.
Blasted as he lets it go. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs! And the pummeling has started. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Pulls it in. It's Young. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick strike complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Second down, he'll throw it. Finds a little space. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Caught in the backfield, it's Hawkins. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down. North Texas will have to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Buys a little time. Rolling right and going deep. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Wants to throw on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time
he's got it down the left side. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, SMU!
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia is getting throttled right now inside Sanford Stadium. And frankly, it's been that way since the crowd started barking during the opening kick. They're trailing by 14 to Marshall. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. North Texas can dig into that playbook on second and short. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Young. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The mean green needing only a sliver of green to convert on third down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Got it behind the line. It's Hawkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Back to pass on second down. The screen, and watch out. Oh, he's got some space. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. North Texas really has it going on offense. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on second down. using the quick game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Mean Green will have to reach into that playbook here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Rush is on him. A strike downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The Mustangs getting set on 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got it in the middle. It's Brinson. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. And the Mustangs are threatening on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. 2nd and goal coming up. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one is right on target if his target was the 1st row. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. North Texas lining up, facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now improvising. Got the 1st down himself. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Running to Green. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. North Texas really has it going on offense. Off the play fake on first down. Pocket breaking down. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down.
There he goes. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. He'll do it himself on the draw.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Back to pass. Here's a heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Steps away. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanking the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll give it to Johnson. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They've converted twice on 4th down so far. Will they make it 3? Trying to do it on the ground. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. To the air, it's Jennings. Buys a little extra time. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
That's caught. It's Hudson. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The handoff to Johnson. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And the Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain. offense drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. The run from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That's caught. It's Hudson. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the 1st down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll give it to the back. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Mustangs!
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
North Texas will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Breaks into the open. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. This is a money play on 3rd and goal. Let's go. They'll give it to Johnson. He is stopped short. That's the man they wanted to have the ball, but it'll be 4th down. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. And that is no good. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Leaves it with the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Might as well stick with him. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. North Texas comes to the line needing just a few inches to convert on 3rd down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
He'll field the punt. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They'll run it from the gun. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
The offense changing the play. To the air, it's Jennings. He'll pull it down. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a...
Looking to take a shot. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
It's a turnover on downs.
From the gun, running back on the move. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously, not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.